Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Drive Pink Games. Today, we are doing something a little different in honor of Inter Miami's bye week. We're going back to our game section and playing a little bit of a Sporkle quiz. My co-host Saur has put this together, so I'll be taking the quiz, and we'll be doing some live commentary on top of that. But before all of that, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great, man. This is another new video that we're coming up with, and I can't wait to see how well you do on this quiz that I've made for you. I'll just quickly tell you what the quiz is about, and then we can get straight into it. So we've had a fair few games now, and I thought we'd do like a statistics quiz to see how closely you've been following the games. There are about 15 questions of varying difficulty. It's a multiple choice, and it's to do with most of the statistics that have happened throughout these last few games. And this could be about the midfield, this could be about possession, this could be about defense. And if you guys want, you can play along and see how well you've been watching these last few games. There are a couple of history questions as well, just to see how well you know Inter Miami. It's gonna test you a little bit, and I've started off with a couple of easy questions, but then it gets hard.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I have not seen any of these questions yet. Saur has put all of us together, and I will be seeing them for the first time live with you guys. So I'm really interested to see what you put together. And let's just get right into it, okay? Should we just play quiz? Anything I need to know beforehand?
Yes, sir. No, all you need to know is how good Inter Miami has been this season.
Okay, let's hit it. What is Inter Miami's average possession per game? This is an easy one.
This is a very easy one.
Inter Miami's definitely kept solid possession most of the season. I think they probably aim for like 60, 65%, but then there has been games where they've been even under 50%. And a surprisingly large number. I would imagine this number is not as high as I would think. I'm going to go either 56 or 53%. I'm going to go 53%.
You were almost there. You were almost there.
So what's
so okay?
Yeah,
here's a quick, before we move to the next question. Here's a quick stat for you, right? So we've got 56% possession. Do you think we've got more possession at home, or do you think we have more possession away?
I think we have more possession at home, but
it's actually really close. Okay. We've got more possession away. It's 55% at home and 57% away. And that's what I found really surprising, because it looks like we're dominating at home most of the times. But even away from home, we've been actually really, really good. And we do tend to keep the ball quite a lot and tend to have a high possession. So, yeah, just an interesting stat there for someone who would think we give away the ball too much. You know?
Yeah, that is a fun one. I think we've been better on the road this season than we have been at home, paradoxically, especially if you consider like how much better you should be at home. We've done really well on the road. So it doesn't surprise me to hear that. And I think that's a good stat. And I hope we can continue keeping strong possession on the road, because we have a couple big road games coming up. Okay, what is Inter Miami's highest scoring game in MLS history? Name this game and score line. So this is both teams?
Yeah.
These are only MLS games.
Only MLS games.
I think it has to be the New York Red Bulls 6-2 game, right?
I will say there are two of these.
There are two of them? Okay. Because I was thinking about the FC Dallas Inter Miami game in the Leagues Cup last year. That was 4-4, and that we won in extra time. Is the second one a game that we lost?
It's a game that we drew.
Okay. Well, the answer sounds like 8 goals, right?
Yeah, okay. You got it. So the first one you actually mentioned.
Yeah.
So the first one was 6-2 New York Red Bulls. The second one was 4-4 Inter Miami FC Cincinnati.
That did happen.
July 30th, 2022.
Yeah.
Gonzalo Higuain with his first hat trick.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't have remembered that. FC Cincinnati was so bad that year, I think.
Since he's coming up again, awful, so we may actually beat them 7-2, change all of that. Yeah, they lost yesterday, so They're in bad form now.
I know they are, and they have 2 road games between now and when we play them. So you never know. Okay, how many times did Inter Miami come back to win it after trailing at halftime this season? Is this a 2024 question?
This season. This is all 2024.
Oh God, a bunch. Am I allowed to look at like the schedule or no? It's just off the top.
Yeah. You can no. You can look at the games and stuff, but mind you have 21 minutes left and you've got like 12 questions to go. So make sure you're cognizant of time.
Let's see. And this has come back to win the game. We were
just to win the game, not draw, win the game. And trailing back only at halftime, by the way.
Yeah. Let's see. I think wait.
And let's be honest, we've conceded so many goals in the first 10 minutes. So we were trailing a lot of those times.
Yeah. I know, but I feel like a lot of these games we came back and got a goal in the first half. Right? Like I'm thinking about the Montreal road game, and I feel like we got 2 goals right before the half, so we were tied at halftime. Well, we were losing to the Philadelphia Union. We were losing to the New York Red Bulls at home. We were losing to just kind of looking at the schedule. I don't know. Is 2 an answer? I'm gonna guess 2. Because those are the only 2 I can remember. It could be 4, though. It could easily be 4. Nice.
I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with that because my initial thought when I was drafting this question was, it's higher, right? We've definitely had at least 4 wins, but we've come back very quickly in a lot of these games. So when we go back down in the first half, we tend to respond quite quickly. So it's not that many games that we've won trailing behind. So yeah, good for you for knowing that, man.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And when you think about that question, you think like, oh, actually, we were bad. We gave up a lot of goals in the first like 5 or 7 minutes or 15 minutes of a game. But then even by halftime, it felt like we were in control a lot of.
And by the way, those 2 games were Philadelphia versus Inter Miami. Obviously, we were 1-0 at half. And then the second one was Inter Miami versus New York Red Bulls. We were 1-0 at half.
Nailed it. Yeah. Okay, how many goals has Inter Miami conceded in the last 15 minutes of matches this season? Oh, man. Oh God. Okay, let's think about this. We definitely gave up a bad one to the New York Red Bulls. We gave them a penalty late. St. Louis City, no, I don't think so. Atlanta, we definitely gave up a goal against Atlanta late.
By the way, this is across the season, right? So not just the MLS.
Okay.
Which kind of gives you a bit of a hint.
Yeah. We definitely gave up that Vancouver goal it was in the 70s, but I don't know if it was in the late 70s or early 70s when we gave up a goal to Vancouver. Gave up one to the Red Bulls. Monterrey probably twice. No, we definitely gave up a late goal to Monterrey in the first game, but in the second game, I think not. The Rapids, we gave up a goal late. I'm not even counting in my head. I'm just thinking about the games. I think it's 4. Nailed it.
You're absolutely nailing this quiz so far.
What were those the right games? The 4 I just said.
The games were New York Red Bulls 6-2. We conceded in 90 plus 7 minutes. Wigan with a silly penalty. Colorado, you were right. Rapids 2-2, 88th minute. Monterrey, we conceded in the 89th minute in the first leg, 1-2. And then Nashville, we conceded one when we were playing them 3-1 and in CONCACAF. So that was the 90 plus 3 minutes when we won that game. So you were on it. You do remember your games wisely.
Yeah. Okay.
But how many? Even then, like we don't concede that many goals towards the end if you think about it. Maybe in the 70th minute, 75th minute.
Yeah, no, we've been really good.
Like,
I bet the numbers at least like triple if we did the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, true. That should have been another question. Actually.
Yeah, next time. Okay, how many goals has Inter Miami scored from outside the penalty area? I have no idea. I'm gonna guess it's like, I don't know,
Think of some of the
feel like this is-
screamers. We know Rojas has had a screamer, a couple of them. Messi
Yeah,
had a
Messi's
really
had
good
some.
screamer.
Messi had that really nice shot against Sporting Kansas City where he went up and over
Yeah.
and then down
Yeah.
over the
That's
keeper.
like,
That was incredible. I don't know. I feel like this number is higher than I think. Maybe it's not though. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna guess 6, but it's just a guess. Nice.
your guesses are insane. So we've got one against Atlanta. I forget who that was. Montreal, Rojas scored in the 3-2 win. Then we got Rojas against New York Red Bulls with that first insane goal that he scored for us. Kansas, you mentioned Messi scoring. Colorado Rapids, Messi had one from outside the box. And then Jordi Alba against Montreal when he had that absolute screamer to bring it to 3-2.
Okay, how many consecutive clean sheets has Drake Callender kept this season? Calendar spelled like a calendar and the number 2 written on the answer. So I'm going to guess 2, but I think that he's done this twice this season, and I'll be specific. He did it back-to-back games to – no, he didn't. It wasn't back-to-back. It was 2 out of 3 to start this season against Orlando.
Yeah, let's say you only get this right if you can guess both games correctly.
No, the answer is recently. We did back-to-back against Orlando City and then DC United. Yeah.
There you go.
0-0 draw, 1-0 win. But I thought we might have done it twice in the beginning, but it was 2 out of 3. Okay. What is Inter Miami's current pass completion percentage? Oh, it's got to be 83 or 79 just because those other 2 are just not realistic. I'm going to guess 83. Anything behind that question?
Yeah. Do you want to guess how many passes we've had? The range of those passes?
Sure. Tell me.
That's a lot. We had
hold on.
10,009 passes completed.
Okay. 10,009.
Okay. Out of how many attempts? Go on. That's simple maths, right?
So 80% would be like 12,500 something.
Yeah, something around. So 11,937 attempts, which is quite high, actually. Given how much possession we lose and how many incomplete passes we think we have during the game, this is actually really, really high. I thought it'd be somewhere in the 70s.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. How many separate scorers does Inter Miami have this season? This is an excellent question. Messi, Suarez, Campana, Jordi Alba, Busquets, Gressel, Taylor, Leo Alfonso, Toto Aviles, Ian Frey just scored. Benjamin Kramaski scored. What are
By the way, this is just MLS, okay?
Oh, these are just MLS? So that would mean no Toto Aviles. Did Borslin get a goal? I don't think so. No, Borslin did score a goal. I can't remember now. Any of the fullbacks score? Cello, no. He had a couple opportunities against DC. No. Fred didn't score a goal. This is a tough question.
You're on the right track. You're listing them out.
Yeah. Midfielders. I don't think David Ruiz has a goal this year yet. I don't know. I'm going to guess 11 because I counted 11 and then I had to subtract 1 for Aviles because I think he only scored in that Monterrey game. But then I'll add 1 that I'm forgetting. So 12. Who are they?
Close. Luis Suarez, 12 goals. Lionel Messi, 12 goals. Campana, 5. Robert Taylor, Matas Rojas, Jordi Alba, Benjamin Kramaski, Diego Gomez, Leonardo Alfonso, Julian Gressel, Sergio Busquets, and Ian Frey.
I think I missed Rojas and Diego Gomez.
How could you miss Rojas?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's a silly one, but you were close. You were close.
Okay, how many substitutes have scored for Inter Miami? Oh, I have no idea. Is this how many goals have been scored from substitutes, or how many different players have scored as
No, how many different players have scored
Okay.
as substitutes?
Matthias Rojas scored in the Red Bulls game off the bench. Leo Alfonso scored twice off the bench. Messi scored off the bench when that Colorado game. So it's 3. Suarez came off the bench and scored against the New England Revolution.
You're missing an absolute banger. Probably best game of the season. Or best moment of the season.
Missing a banger. I don't know. I guess I'll guess 5 because I'm missing one. But what's 8? Whoa.
Yep.
Who are the 8?
So we got Alfonso against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Then we have Campana against DC United in that last minute.
Yeah.
How could you miss that? Matthias Rojas scored twice against New York, but that counts as 1. Messi against New York is sorry, not Messi. Suarez against New England Revolution. Benjamin Kramaski against New England Revolution. Yeah. Lionel Messi against Rapids that you mentioned. Suarez against DC twice.
He did come off.
Then Robert Taylor against in the CONCACAF. I forget which game that was, but yeah, we got 8.
He scored against Nashville. Yeah, he had that nice header in the closing game against Nashville. 8. Yeah. That's a fun one. These are some fun questions. I appreciate you, Saur.
Also, it's really interesting to see that we constantly complain about Tata Martino not, getting substitutes in at the right time, but they have made a difference when they do come on. 8 is a lot, and that's just like separate scores, not even how many times they scored. I think they scored like 10 or 12 times, because Rojas had a couple in New York. I think Suarez had a couple in DC. So yeah, they made a fair few differences.
Okay, how many midfield combinations have we used this season? That's
this is a good one.
Name. How many is this?
I went down and tracked every single combination in the MLS. Okay. Actually, no, this is all across, not just the MLS. My bad. So all across.
We played 24 games. I guess we've done 15 midfield combinations to start a game. No, that's a lot.
And this is just to start a game, right? This is just
I'm gonna guess.
Start.
I'm gonna guess 9.
After that,
I'm gonna guess 9. I feel like we've definitely seen. Well, we started with Diego Gomez, Busquets. In that first game, we started.
I'll give you a hint. Julian Gressel.
Oh yeah, okay. So we've seen Gressel, Busquets, and Gomez. We've seen Gressel, Busquets, and Kramaski. I imagine we've seen Gressel, Busquets, and Ruiz. Lawson Sunderland started a game against the Red Bulls on the road. Oh, dude, there could be a lot. I'm gonna guess 9. 15.
Your first instinct was absolutely correct. Do you want me to list all of them?
No, but we have like 7 or 8 midfielders that have started games. And so there's got to be. That was a dumb. I should have. That definitely had to be 15.
The wildest one was Aviles, Gressel, and Sunderland against Colorado. That was the wildest one.
Wow. Yeah.
Aviles.
Wow. Yeah, I was trying to think if John Mota started a game or something like early in the season that was triggering me up, but that's still 8.
That was in the preseason.
So that's 9 midfielders that have started if you include Aviles for that one game.
Yep.
Wow. Damn. Okay. Wow. What percentage of Inter Miami completed passes have been forward? Oh, wow. I have no idea. 10.7. When in doubt, guess C. 8.4. So what's the story behind that question?
So we had 10,009 completed passes, right?
Yeah.
Of those, every single pass that has gone 10 meters ahead, so like within a span of 10 meters and beyond, any pass that has gone forward is counted as a progressive pass, and then those that were completed, and we've had 844 of those. So then hence the 8.4%, which I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see what an average for a team looks like, a team like Man City, because
how that stands.
Yeah, because 8.4 seems very low for a team that has very.
If the answer is if it has to go 10 yards forward, then then 8.4% feels like kind of high, actually.
I
don't know.
will say though, the two players do you want to guess the two players who had the highest progressive passes in the team?
Messi and Gressel.
Messi and Busquets.
Messi,
Both, I think, both breaking the 100 barrier. I think Messi had 117 or something, which is quite a bit.
Nice. Okay, what is the highest match rating for a player this season not named Lionel Messi? Name the match and rating.
The rating should be fine. I'll be interested to see if you can name the match.
It's Luis Suarez against the New York Red Bulls at the New York versus the New York Red Bulls when we won 6-2. He had 3 goals and an assist. He got.
This was a bit of a toss-up question. Yeah, that's I didn't realize your memory is going to be that good, man. Good for you. That was, of course, what was the rating?
10.
Yeah, and he scored 3 goals and 1 assist. And in fact, Messi had the highest rating in that same game as well.
Yeah, 5 assists and a goal.
Yeah, he had crazy. A 10. He didn't get a 10 any other game though, so that's interesting.
Okay, how many players have scored the trifecta, a left foot, right foot, and headed goal, and who are they?
This is a really interesting question.
Definitely, I'm guessing Messi because he did have that header against the Orlando City in the 5-0 Orlando City game. Suarez, I think, has definitely gotten it. He's definitely. I can't remember a headed goal by Suarez, but I imagine it's had to have happened. And I imagine Campana also possibly got a headed goal. So it's either 2 or 3. I'm going to guess 3 because I believe in the boys. Nah.
Do you want to know who didn't get the trifecta?
Yeah. Tell me who did it.
Okay, so Suarez got the trifecta a few times.
Oh, really?
Leo Campana got the trifecta a few times. So he scored with his left leg and his right leg and a header. Lionel Messi. Okay, so this is a contention, and you can maybe contest me on this.
Wait, you're saying Messi has not scored with his right foot?
He has not scored with his right foot this season. There was that one goal in the 5-0 against Orlando where he bopped it off his chest.
Yeah.
He kicked out with his right leg, but that wasn't counted as a right foot goal. That was counted as an other. So Messi hasn't got the trifecta.
That's
according
wild.
To statistics. Yeah.
That's wild. Wow.
I looked at this question. I was like, oh, this has to be in there.
That's a good one. Okay. How many times has Tata Martino made a substitution before the 60th minute? 60th minute. Not many. He did it against the Red Bulls when we needed a change at halftime. I'm going to guess 2. I don't. Whoa, 9 times.
There were a fair few times where he had to change through injury. He got Leo Campana and a couple of others on, like at halftime. Messi came on at halftime against Colorado. Rojas came on at halftime again Red Bulls.
I didn't even think about the injuries too.
Yeah,
Christoph came off in the 30th minute.
Christoph came on in the first half in one game. Freire came off in the first half against DC. It's like, there were a few. There was quite a few.
Okay, that's a good one.
All right, this is the last one, man. You've been doing really well. 7 out of 15, but you've been very, very close in a lot of those. And it's like, either or. So it could have gone either way. This is the last one to kick us off.
Against which team has Inter Miami lost the most games in MLS history? I think we're 1 win away from being 500 against Orlando City. I don't think it's Montreal. It's got to be NYCFC or the Red Bulls.
Okay, so to help you out, you're close. You've got the top 2 contenders. Now it's up to you to decide who you actually think is the.
I'm definitely going to guess NYCFC. They were bad last year, or they were didn't make the playoffs. But for the first couple of years that Inter Miami was in the MLS, NYCFC was one of the best teams in the league. So I imagine they beat us up a couple times. NYCFC. Not too bad.
We've lost to them 7 times.
Yeah.
And we lost to the Red Bulls, I believe, 6 times. So.
Didn't we see a thing where it was we've gotten 1 result against them ever?
Yeah.
When we did the preview,
I think it was 2022 was when we got the 1 result against them.
Yeah. We'll have to fix that later this year. Even this year, because they were really bad to start the season. They couldn't score any goals. And then Suarez just couldn't
didn't
put
beat
one in
them,
the back of
yeah.
the net.
We didn't beat them.
Matt Freese had like 5 saves off Suarez shots. All right, Saur, very fun. I appreciate you putting this together, and it was a fun little exercise. To everyone watching, there was no Inter Miami game this weekend, so nothing to talk about in the Inter Miami world, but we figured we could put something like this together just for a little bit of fun. And then we'll be back this week for our normal midweek episode. Anything you want to say about this quiz or this little?
Yeah, looks like Scotty's got his Inter Miami knowledge fairly on point. He did score 8 points, I believe, out of 15, but most of his answers were well within range of the real answer. So I will give him credit for having a great memory and for watching the games very, very closely. So now you know, guys, all the analysis that we do for you here is quite well informed. But yeah, I hope you have fun, man.
I got a 53%, but you get an A for effort in this in this experiment. All right, guys, we'll be back. Let us know if you enjoyed this type of video, and hit the like button and subscribe and all those things that YouTubers must say. And we'll see you next time.